Ever heard of a fight called the Rumble in the Jungle?
Oh, yeah. How could you not?
Right. It's one of those historic moments you just can't forget.
For sure.
So today we are taking a deep dive into why this 1974 boxing match, between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman
Yeah.
in Kinshasa, Zaire, which is now the Democratic Republic of Congo,
Right.
why it still has this grip on us today.
Absolutely.
And, going through the material for this, it's pretty clear that, on paper at least, Ali was a huge underdog.
Yeah. I mean, Foreman was just this beast.
Right, the reigning champ.
Undefeated. Yeah.
And Ali, well, everybody loved him.
Oh, yeah. A legend.
But, a lot of people were saying, he's past his prime.
Right. And I think that's what makes it so fascinating, that initial perception of the fight.
Yeah.
Because it just amplifies how significant that victory was.
Against all odds.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of setting the scene, let's talk about Kinshasa.
Okay.
Because this wasn't just any neutral location.
No, not at all.
This fight was actively backed by the government of Mobutu Sese Seko.
Right.
So why Zaire? Why this particular stage for this, global event?
Well, it seems pretty clear that Mobutu wanted to put Zaire on the map.
Mm-hmm.
He saw this as a way to, boost national pride and make a statement on the world stage.
Interesting. So it's almost like sports and politics intertwined.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a deliberate strategy.
Okay, now, I've got to ask you about Ali's strategy.
The rope-a-dope.
Yeah, the infamous rope-a-dope.
Still legendary.
Because looking at the material, it seems kind of risky, right?
Oh, yeah, super risky.
So what led him to this approach?
Well, I think Ali knew he couldn't go toe-to-toe with Foreman's power.
Right.
It was just too much.
Brute force.
Exactly. So instead of trying to match that, he basically said, okay, I'm going to use that against you.
Interesting.
He let Foreman tire himself out, just absorbed those punches, and waited for the right moment.
And it's fascinating how much of it was psychological, too, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because we've got this article that really captures the energy of the crowd.
I love that already.
With everyone chanting, Ali Bomai.
So powerful.
So how much do you think that support impacted the fight?
I think it was huge,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, I mean, you can feel that connection between Ali and the crowd in the article.
Right.
He was like a symbol for them, their champion.
Wow.
And that kind of energy, it must have been incredible for Ali, but it probably also got to Foreman.
Oh, like a mental thing?
Totally. It's like the whole stadium was against him.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so then we get to that 8th round.
The knockout.
Yeah, and the article says it happened at 2.58.
2.58, boom.
What made that moment so decisive?
Well, it's like Foreman just ran out of steam.
Ah.
All that aggression, it couldn't last forever.
Yeah, he spent it all.
And Ali, he was ready, waiting for that opening.
And that's it.
And it was so sudden, so unexpected.
Wow.
That's what makes it so iconic, I think.
But I think this is what gets me about the Rumble in the Jungle. It wasn't just a boxing match, was it?
No way. It was way bigger than that.
The cultural impact, I mean, it seems immense.
It really is. In the sources we have, they really highlight that.
How so?
Well, the event became this symbol of African pride.
Right.
And it was a spectacle, a
Yeah.
global event.
Like the world was watching.
Exactly. And, you also had the Zaire 74 concert beforehand.
Oh, yeah, with all those huge musical acts.
Right. It just shows you the scale of it.
And I think that's what resonated with so many people, especially within the African diaspora.
For sure.
And then, you have Ali himself
A champion.
coming back after so much adversity.
Yeah, the comeback kid.
Losing his titles, facing exile.
It's a powerful story.
In this victory, it really cemented his status as a legend.
Absolutely. Beyond just boxing.
Now, I do want to touch on one more thing.
Okay.
Because our material mentions Don King.
Yeah. Interesting character.
At the time, he was a relatively unknown promoter.
Right.
So how did his involvement shape this, monumental event?
Well, I think it was his ambition.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who brought everything together.
Yeah.
The fighters, the location, the money.
Wow.
And the sources really detail how crucial that was.
So we've got this unexpected victory, right? Born from this brilliant but risky strategy,
We're rope-a-dope.
all set against this politically charged backdrop,
Absolutely.
and with this huge cultural impact.
And Don King pulling the strings.
It was a moment in time,
It really was a unique intersection of, sports, culture, and global politics.
all focused on this incredible individual.
Muhammad Ali, yeah,
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
it does.
Like, what other sporting events have had this kind of global impact,
Yeah,
And it reflected the bigger picture of society?
I mean, it makes you wonder what makes certain events so enduring.
Right, what makes them stick with us?
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Of course, anytime.